hello, hello, and let's begin our September month. That in budget. So, let me make room. This is the calendar for the month of September, and I will be closing out the 1st to the 5th since today is the 6th, and today I did receive my first income check for the month of September. I do get paid on the 6th, the 8th, the 20th, and the 22nd. And now, without further ado, before I continue, remember to like, subscribe, activate that bell so you won't miss any details on my budgeting. So here we have it. I added these sheets. That way I get tired from work. I get home and I can just jot down immediately things I spent. What did I spend? I spent $22. I used my ATM and I purchased $100 in materials for a side hustle that I'm planning on making. Basically, what we have here is my income. My side hustle came in for the month of August, and it reflected in September 1st. That's $100. That is a taxable side hustle, and that's once a month whenever I get paid. My rollover for this week is $459.67. That's from my first account, $10 from my second account, and $384 from my wallet. That's a total of $853.67. That will be my rollover for the 1st of September. $10, that's an additional income, sort of speak. My friend didn't have cash. Her ATM wasn't scanning, so I lent her $10 that I did have in cash. And when it finally her ATM was finally working, she transferred that to my account. So I have to add it as an extra income, but it's not. It's just her paying me back for the $10 that I loaned her. That came out to $963.67, and that is the budget for this week. I had guesstimated lower. It came out higher, so that's in my favor for this week. Things that came out. The only bill that came out was Netflix and my cell phone. I do jot down my Visa. Visa is due on the 1st, but I paid it last week, so it will arrive in time. But I do write it down, so I make sure that I did pay it, and I jot down the date that it cleared out. So what we have for our bills spending was $67 for this week. So now I proceed subtracting $963.67. I'll subtract $67 and I'll look for my calculator. We're going to do this together. 67. We have 896.67 remaining. Let's write it down. 896.67. Next up is my PayPal payment, which is due on the 6th. So I have to pay $60. I subtract that from what I had left over, and now I have $836.67. Then I proceed to see my spending in my wallet. I behaved. Lo and behold, I did not spend anything from my wallet. The only thing that was spent was from my ATM, which was $22, and the $100 for my new side hustle that I will try to create. So subtracting 22. Then the $100. And I have remaining $714.67. I verify with what I have as of the 6th in my account. I am going to show you my tracker. As you see, I began the month for my first account with $459.67. Am I spending the $22 that I said? Subtracted that. My side hustle that came in is my income. $60 my payment for my PayPal. The $100 where I purchased items for my new side hustle. So what is remaining in this closing out of this week is $320.67 for my first account. And in my second account, I have $10. And in my wallet, since I did not spend a single penny from my wallet, $384, that adds up to $714.67. That means that the rollover for this week, going on the 6th to the 12th, is of $714.67. And that came out perfectly. Okay. From the 6th to the 12th, now I guesstimated an amount, but now that we know the actual amount, I'm going to start filling in the blanks. That way I prep myself for the upcoming event, which everybody loves, is the cash stuffing. Yes, we do have to budget this way in order to determine our cash stuffing and having enough for our spending without going over budget. So I had guesstimated $170 for my income. So far I received $716 for my first check, and for my rollover I have guesstimated $450, and that came out in my favor for $714.67. What have I paid so far? Electricity, and electricity is to 7069 and my internet is 4050. Okay, so what we're going to do now is check the tracker and write down the transactions that we have so far for this week. I did write down already electricity, which was 2769. We need to write internet, which that is a utility. I consider it a utility because it's a necessity in order to work. Plus, my grandson needs his internet for school, so that's a need. Sorry about that. So I subtract that, that comes out to 948. As I said, my income came in for my first job, and that was for 716, so we have to write that down. And that comes out to 725.48. Okay, I'll grab the calculator. I do the transaction so you guys can see. Double check. Sometimes I hit the button and it doesn't work. Then it gives me a weird number, but yeah, that's a total. Then I proceed to write down my categories for my wallet. So I'll fast forward this. I'll be writing the envelopes and the amount. So what will be coming up in my next video is the denominations for my cash stuffing. And if anything is remaining in my wallet, I will take out and stuff what is a priority as of this moment, which is my new home. So don't forget to like, subscribe, activate that bell, and of course, I will see you in my next video where I will be cash stuffing. So until next time, bye.